So hello guys, welcome back to another video. Now we're going to do a chapter 11 activity and we're going to answer all of it. And again, I am Mathew Javier, a student of 2105, and now we're going to answer chapter 11. So first is 11214. So this is a activity part 1, security threats and vulnerabilities. The instruction in this is read the security threats and vulnerabilities scenarios, drag each scenario to its corresponding type for or of security threat. So there are four types of security theft: the information theft, identity theft, data loss and manipulation, and this corruption of service. So first is information theft. So it's, for example, it's stealing a company user database and stealing a scientific research or report for information theft. So for an identity theft is just like its title, impersonating someone's to obtain the credit and making illegal online purchase. And for the data loss and manipulation, sending a virus or format a hard drive and altering data records. So for disruption of service, overloading a network to keep users out and preventing legal users from accessing data services. So if we check, it is all correct. So in part 2 or figure 2, security threats and vulnerabilities again. Read the security management practices, drag each management practice to the appropriate security management. So it have hardware, environmental, electrical, and maintenance. So for hardware, so it use or lock up devices, prevent unauthorized access, and use security cameras. So for environmental, you can control temperature and humidity, and you can also create a positive airflow. That's all. And for electrical, so you can install a redundant power and install UPS systems. And as for maintenance, label critical cables and components and control access to the console ports. So let's check. All correct. And the next activity is 11225. So in 11225, determine the types of security attacks. Describe, drag each security attack type to its scenario. First, there are choices in the left side. So first is worm, access, virus, Trojan horse, reconnaissance, and denial of service. So the scenario is a computer is used to print a ACME in the IT staff failed to apply security updates to its computer for over 60 days. Now the print server is operating slowly and sending a high amount. So it is worm. So the next scenario is Sharon, an IT intern at ACME Incorporated, noticed some strange packet while revising the security logs generated by the firewall. A handful of IP addresses on the internet were sending malformed packets to several different IP addresses at several different random ports number inside ACME Inc. So it recognizes, check, it is both correct. The second part is uh, Jeremiah was browsing the internet from his personal computer, and when a random website offered a free program to clean his system after downloading and running the executable, the operating system crashed. Crucial operating system related files has been corrupt, and Jeremiah's computer required a full disk format and operating system reinstallation. So it is a virus. Next is Ariana found a flash drive laying on the pavement of a mall parking lot. She asked around but couldn't find the owner. She decided to keep it and plug it into her laptop, only to find a photo folder. Feeling curious, Ariana opened a few photos before formatting the flash drive for her own use. Afterwards, Ariana noticed that her laptop's camera was active. So it is Trojan horse. So check. It is both correct. Third one. Third one is Angela, an IT staff member at ICM, noticed that communication with company was after investigating. She determines that the cause of the show response to is due to a computer on her internet sending a very large number of malformed web requests to ICM web server. So it is denial of service. So the same as George needed to share a video with a co-worker because of the large size of video file. He decided to run a simple FTP to make things easier. George created an account with the simple password file and provided his co-worker on Friday without the proper security measures or a strong password. The IT staff wasn't surprised to learn on Monday that George's workstation has been compromised and was trying to upload work-related documents on the internet, so it is access. And that's correct. And that is all about activity types of attacks. So the next one is the next one is show commands 11 for order of troubleshooting. Order of troubleshooting. There are steps. Drag each steps to text field to appropriate description. So the step 1 in this is, first you must identify the problem, and step 2, establish a theory of probable causes. Step 3, test the theory to determine the cause. And maybe step 4, establish a plan of a action to resolve the problem and to implement solution. Step 5, docu or verify full system functionality of the preventive measures. And last but not the least is document findings, action, and outcomes. Check. It is all correct. So the next is 11.3.4. 11.3.4.5. So, in this activity, read the show commands and scenarios and drag each shown command to field next to the appropriate scenario. So, in the blank side, there are show commands and the show command scenarios, and the choices are in the left side. So, first, you suspect there is a problem with the current switch configuration. You want to see the saved configuration so that you can compare it or what is currently running. So show startup config. Uh, you are on a call with the Cisco technician assistant personnel. They ask you for the switch iOS name, RAM and VRAM and flash available. They are also hexadecimal boot location. So show version. You are running EIGRP routing protocol and need to know the updates of interval active interface and network are being used to the router. So it show IP route. You cannot get to the internet. You need to find out the router which is part of the internet and which protocols are used to be. So it is show IP protocols. Your network documentation really needs to be updated. A quick listing of IP address of your routers in relation in their MAC address would help finish the task recording purposes. So show IRP. And last but not the least, a switch that is a closest intermediate device to you. It has 24 ports. You want to see a sample list of the ports and being reused. The status and the VLAN IP address of the switch is show IP in Birit. So if we check it, it is all correct. So that is all activity in chapter 11. So I'm glad that you have learned something or know about this chapter, which is basic network performance or build a small network. So that is all and thank you.